All right, Shalom. I'm going to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, and double honors to the elders and apostles that rule well, great millstone. Peace, blessings to all you brothers and you few sisters that's in this truth, fearing the Most High, hastening the day of Yahweh Shai. So this is Samak coming to you with another lesson through spirit. And let's just jump right into it. So this is Ephesians 4 and 22. No, 21. If so be that ye have heard him, and have been taught by him as the truth is in Yahweh Shai, that ye put off concerning the former conversation the old man, which is corrupt according to the deceitful lust. So what is the former conversation, right? The old man, what is that? That old man is going into who you were before you woke up to this knowledge and before you were converted or redeemed, if you will, back into your heritage. Okay, so that old man is the nigga in you, if you will, which still resides in us, unfortunately, due to conditioning and years and years of blindness and corruption. But nevertheless, the spirit indeed is willing, but the flesh is weak. So that old man is kind of like embedded in the flesh, if you will, because prior to this truth, we served our flesh. We were of our flesh. We weren't even, most of us, I will say, didn't even really have a clear understanding of the spirit itself. We just thought that we are who we are and this is what it was. But in reality, our spirit is who we are, and then the body is just a vehicle. It's just a rental. It's a rental, man. It's a loaner. But that former conversation, that old man, that's who you were in the world, man. That's before you woke up. That's who you were when you was doing drugs, committing adultery, eating abominable foods, worshiping idols and other religions, not serving the Most High, celebrating these pagan holidays, and the list goes on. Those are just a few amongst many things that are characteristics or works of the old man. So when you come into this walk, we're supposed to put off that former conversation. Now, to you listeners, we all know this. This is simple knowledge. So the point that I'm really trying to put here in this lesson is the point I really want to make in this lesson is basically going into just self-elevation, man. I believe that every brother and every sister in this truth should have a strong sense of self-development, okay? Self-development should be the key or the core, if you will, of our walk, okay? Because it's always about growth. Life is about growth. Life is about experience, and through experience we grow. So to really be in this truth and to really claim to be in the faith, there's a few things that come with that, okay? And one of those few things, or not really one of those few things, but the core of it is self-development. And through self-development, there's a few things that I believe we kind of shy around and overlook. And I know a lot of brothers are really really big on eating a clean diet, exercising. A lot of brothers, man. But and even with that, we should really be taking it seriously. We should really be on some shit where we're on a schedule. We make eating clean, healthy, whole foods and exercising on a daily basis a part of our lifestyle. It's all about self development. Take care of your appearance more. I've seen, especially in my early years in this truth, I've seen brothers come into this thing, and I guess just for a lack of understanding, if you will, they pretty much just kind of count themselves out, when they wake up to this truth and come to do the work. They kind of let themselves go, if you will. They completely quit and forsake all of their ambitions, if you will. You know, all of their goals, if you will. Waking up to this truth and coming to serve the Lord is not a scapegoat for you to not work hard in your field, or for you not to for you to just give up financially, or for you to just give up physically. you know it's that this truth is not a scapegoat for that. You can't just say, fuck it, I'm just gonna serve the Lord. I don't even give a fuck. I'm gonna get me a little job at McDonald's, and call it a day, man. My daily bread. Well, are you not a prince? Are you not Yasha Allah? Are we not desiring to have a ruling class mentality? Now, if you claim to have a ruling class mentality, you have to show that by your works, man. We come and do this work, and we prophesy for the kingdom, and we testify to the evil works of this world, because what? We have that ruling class mentality. But then you turn around and then you look at brothers in their daily lives, and they act like bums. Not specifically pointing any brothers out, but it's out here. Of course, everyone's opportunities and everyone's situations are different, but I feel like, from what I've seen in a general sense, a lot of brothers come into this faith and start coming to do the work and just let themselves go. They stop really trying, bro. And then you have a good amount of brothers that are still in their purpose, man. They still look at themselves as men, as righteous men who can establish and have a career, righteous men who can work hard, to provide for himself and his family if he has one. It's a balance in this thing, bro. You gotta understand this truth of ours. It's not like a cult, okay? This is not a cult. You see, and some brothers come into this thing and they live a certain life and do certain things to where people will think this is a cult. But when you move a certain way and people know what you're about, people will come to realize that, damn, ever since such and such woke up to this Israelite thing, bro, he just been out here grinding. He been on his purpose. He been taking better care of his health. He been taking better care of his appearance. He been out here grinding, working, making sure he got his affairs in order. Damn, bro. Damn, maybe I should, you know what I mean? And I wonder what this faith of his is about. Because this truth is about elevation, bro. It's about growth. It's not about being a bum. You're not supposed to digress when you wake up to this faith. You're supposed to increase, man. Elevate. So let me read Ephesians 4:22 again. It says that ye put off concerning the former conversation an old man, which is corrupt according to deceitful lust. Yes, the old man is according to his deceitful lust. And now, when you go into that, right? Going into deceitful lust is not necessarily talking about having nice things. It's not talking about desiring to have a better situation, to be in a better financial situation, to be in a more secure, safe home, to leave a certain neighborhood because it's riddled with violence. It's nothing wrong with trying to, like, damn, bro, like, all right, I know this apartment complex I want on the other side of town. It's an extra $200 a month, or extra $300 a month. But right now, with the job I'm working, I can't really afford that. But I've had opportunities to where I can get a much better paying job, but I turned it down because I thought it was of Satan. That's the mindset. Or and granted, I've heard this out of brothers' mouths, man. And mostly younger brothers. He said that his mother wanted him to go and get a trade, go to trade school or get some type of like certification like EMT or something like that. You can become an EMT paramedic by going to by school for what, 3 months, 4 months, and then you graduate and you're certified EMT or paramedic. 4 months of schooling and you can be guaranteed a career and a stable income and make a decent living. You're not going to be rich. You're not going to be poor. But the brother was like, nah, man, my mom want me to do this. I'm said, fuck that. That shit of the world. I'm just going to get me a slave job and call it a day. That's a terrible mindset to be in, brothers. That's a terrible mindset. That's just literally you selling yourself short. And the whole purpose of this truth is not to sell ourselves short. It's to claim what's rightfully ours, man, which is everything. So start living your life according to that. Start showing that you are a fucking prince, that you are a future king. You got to start living that. Now, granted, I'm not saying to be flashy and boastful and self-centered, no. But people, you don't even have to speak or say you're a prince or you're a king or you're royalty. People will see it through your actions, through the way you speak, through your morals, through the way you live, right? People will see that. So verse 23, it says, and be renewed in the spirit of your mind, that ye put on the new man, which is after Yahweh, and is created in righteousness and true holiness. What's the old saying? Cleanliness is next to godliness, right? Part of that cleanliness is your appearance, the way you keep up with your appearance, making sure you're groomed. Don't just have your hair doing whatever and you just not washing your face, not taking care of yourself. You got holes in your clothes when you can clearly get new clothes, when you can clearly wear clean clothes, man. Why count yourself as a peasant when you're a king, man? When you're a prince, when you're a princess. That's why it says, put on a new man, which is after God, which is after the Most High, which is after godliness, okay? And righteousness and holiness. We're supposed to be separate. We're not cut from cloth. We cut from stone, huh? You got people in the world who say they cut from a different cloth. Well, you got to remember, the people in the world are cut from cloth, okay? No matter what cloth you cut from, y'all still cut from cloth. We got to move like we cut from stone, because that's what we are, man. That chief cornerstone, the great millstone. Okay? We supposed to be solid. We supposed to be firm. We supposed to be hard body, man. We supposed to let our power and our God shine through our works, man. In every aspect of our lives. Not just when we on the highways. Not just when we doing our lessons. We're supposed to make our power known through your action. They gonna see you. And I'm not saying like walk around and I'm an Israelite. No, you walk around, people gonna see you and they gonna they gonna see you shining, bro. Your face shining, full of wisdom, full of knowledge, full of humility, full of confidence, full of self-assurance, self-esteem. Fuck all that low spirit, low vibration, low energy. Oh, woe is me. Fuck all that shit, man. Excuse my language. I'm kind of fired up right now because just thinking about that, it really pisses me off because I was once in that spirit. Prior to waking up to the truth, I had ambition. I had goals, And then when I woke up to the truth, I was in that young spirit where I thought that the world was ending. I might as well just give up. Woe is me. The world is wicked. The world's ending anyway. I might as well just say fuck it. I might as well rack up credit card debt. I might as well just let myself go. I was in that spirit and I made mistakes. And the more I grew, the more I learned, the more I grew. And the more I come to understand that in talking to other brothers, elder brothers, you got a lot of brothers in this truth that's doing well for themselves, man. Just the way they carry themselves. Like true men of the Lord, like true princes and kings, man. So if they can do it, why can't we all? Granted, every brother's situation is going to be different. Every brother's measure, every brother's lot is going to be different. But one thing we can all control the way we take care of ourselves, the foods we and what diet we eat, whether we exercise or we don't exercise, whether we shower or whether we don't, and whether we strive to better our financial situation. You don't have to. Everyone's, like I said, everyone's situation is different, but we can all strive. Everyone strives, man. I'm not saying you gotta put your whole focus 100%. No, it's a balance in this thing. So let me jump over to this next precept. This is Ecclesiastes 9 and verse 10. Whatsoever thy hand findeth to do, do it with thy might. For there is no work, nor device, nor knowledge, nor wisdom in the grave whither thou goest, man. Now, granted, we're seeking to live and not to die. So if we're seeking to live, right, whether this society is going to be destroyed or not, right, which it is going to be destroyed, we seeking to live. So we got to live. How we going to live? Are we going to be bullshitting around being bums in the kingdom? No. Granted, we're not going to have to work because we're going to own everything, because the work we putting in right now, spiritually, that's us putting in the work right now to have that retirement, the spiritual 401k, right? But even then, in the kingdom, are we going to be carrying ourselves like bums? No. Are we going to be having poor appearance, poor hygiene, poor self-care, self-love? No. So why have it now? The kingdom of heaven starts from within. So if you ain't king minded, if you ain't kingdom minded, you ain't gonna last, man. You're not gonna put out your full measure. You're not going to measure up to your greatest potential. You see, this life it's about conquering the flesh, man. And part of conquering the flesh is having discipline and consistency, which consistency and discipline are kind of like faith and works, yin and yang. You can't have one without not yin and yang, but you can't have one without the other, because you can't be consistent and not have discipline, and you can't have discipline and not be consistent. They're one and the same. So that is conquering the flesh, man. Always ever learning, bro. Always be seeking to learn something new. Always be seeking to better yourself. And bro, you should strive to be perfect, bro. I'm saying it, like, literally strive to be perfect, because what, in the kingdom of heaven, we're going to be perfect. So why not strive for that now? Why not seek and desire and work to be perfect now, even though you're never going to make it? But the thing about it is, this is the beautiful thing about striving to be perfect. The beautiful thing about striving for perfection is that you'll always do your best. If you strive for perfection, you're always going to be operating at your greatest potential. You're always going to be operating at maximum efficiency, maximum power, maximum drive. And the thing is, you want to, like I said, you want to have a great balance. You want to have that same spirit when you're doing the Lord's work, and then when you're living your everyday life, or when you're doing your work or whatever, bro. Like I'm saying, this goes far beyond. This is little things, man. From making your bed every morning to making sure you get a workout in at least 4 days a week, to making sure you sacrifice eating bullshit so you can eat clean 4 to 5 days out the week, and then you treat yourself to a cheesesteak or cheeseburger. Now if you're gonna eat a cheeseburger, make it yourself at home. Go get you some fresh ground beef. Season it real good. Put it in a burger, throw it on the stove, throw it on the grill, cook you up a nice burger, man. Just put some lettuce, tomatoes, some pickles, some avocados, zest that joint up. But if you want to eat something, a treat, some crazy meal, limit that, man. Limit it. Okay? Have some discipline. All right? Have some self-love, because you can't love yourself if you don't take care of yourself. Okay? Because love is an action word. So you show love for yourself through the things you do that benefit yourself. Have you ever noticed that The things that require the most discipline, the most sacrifice, are always the most rewarding. Always the most rewarding. You always feel better after you do something of difficulty that it took discipline and sacrifice for you to do. But the things that require no discipline, no effort, those are the things that make you feel like shit afterwards. It don't take no discipline to cave into a craving. And you really don't feel good after you'll feel good while you going to get it. When you get it, while you eating it, you feel good. And as soon as you're done, you feel like shit. Cause you know, like, damn, unless you earned it, it's a difference. Now, if you eating a pint of ice cream and cookies and cakes every single day, you're gonna feel like shit. You should feel like shit. But if you done been in the gym every single day this week, you done ate clean all week long, and then on the weekend you treat yourself to a little cheesecake or a little milkshake or ice cream, that's cool. That's well deserved. That's called balance. That's well deserved. It's kind of like going hard at work for 6 days straight and then resting on the Sabbath. You're gonna feel beautiful. This is Colossians 3:23. It says, "And whatsoever ye do, do it heartily as to the Lord and not unto men." It says, "Knowing that of the Lord ye shall receive the reward of inheritance, for ye serve the Lord Hamashiach Yahushai," bro. So we serve Yahushai, man. We don't serve men. We don't serve ourselves. And our goal is to strive to be Yahushai like. And specifically going into Yahushai in his greatest glory, man, because Yahushai, you know, Yahushai is a perfect man. He conquered the flesh. You know, granted, he had a certain duty to uphold when he walked this earth as Yahushai specifically. But nonetheless, Yahushai in his greatest element, you know, I guarantee you, bro, he's a very well put together, well mannered, well assertive, confident, self-assured being, man. Okay. And that's how we ought to be. So if you lack that self-confidence, if you lack that self-assurance, that self-esteem, because those are things that can only be gotten from yourself. No one can give you confidence. No one can give you esteem. That's why it's called self-esteem. It's how you directly feel and view yourself, the opinion of yourself. Okay. Other people really can't give you confidence. People can give you motivation. You know, people can motivate you to feel better. But ultimately, confidence and self-assurance and self-esteem are all derived from your own self and how you view yourself. And if you don't like something about yourself, you need to go ahead and change it. You need to go ahead and figure out how you can fix whatever it is that you don't like about yourself. If it's uncontrollable, then you need to pray to the Lord for the Spirit to have the self-assurance and self-esteem to accept it. You know, whether you might be short or you might be, you know, you might have a disability or whatever, like those different things that you can't really control. You need to work in every other area of your life to become self-assured and pray to the Spirit of the Lord to keep that confidence and for you to have that confidence. Even with your, like I said, whatever it is, you know, if you're fat, go work out, eat clean, go build your body, you know, go get some muscle. All right. If you lack knowledge and understanding, well, read more. And when I say read more, go beyond the scriptures. Reading the scriptures is great. Reading the scriptures will elevate your spirit and your knowledge. And then in exchange, you'll start diving into more topics like history, politics. You know, that'll help enhance you in all those areas. Finance, so you start learning about the financial system. So now if you're having those kind of conversations, you're self-assured and confident because you know. The goal is to know a little about a lot and not a lot about a little. Okay, if that makes sense. It's better to know a little bit about a lot of different topics rather than to know a lot about only a little bit of topics. Because then when you only know a lot about a little bit of topics, your range of conversation is very, very limited now. And that affects confidence when having casual conversations, or that means you're going to try to force every conversation to only the topics you know. When, as of course, you can have your specialty topics where you know a lot about, but you also put time and effort and care into learning about a lot of different topics in the world: health, history, politics, biology, anatomy. I don't know, even carpentry, like, just dumb shit, bro. Just reading an article every so often about certain different things, reading different things, you know. Read a book, man. Find a book that about, I don't know. Read a book about something, man, about some controversy, world views, or read a book about sales and customer service. Read a book about psychology, whatever, bro. Just broaden your horizons, man. Expand your mind a little bit, man. Don't be so. I don't even know, man. Just don't be in that woe is me thinking you got to be actual dung, man. Thinking that you actually the bottom of the totem pole, when really we are the elite of this earth, man. I'm gonna get Matthew 9-17, and I'll end off here. It says, hold on, let me see what 16 say. Yeah, I'm gonna pull up the whole chapter real quick, and I'm gonna read now. I'm gonna start from 16. No man putteth a piece of new cloth onto an old garment, for that which is put to fill up taketh the garment, and the rent is made worse. No man putteth an old cloth, man. That's going, and that's a literal example used metaphorically. Okay, a literal example. You don't want to put. You got holes in your shirt. Don't just go rip up another T-shirt that got another hole in it and sew it or staple it or tape it up on an old shirt. Just buy a new shirt, man. Because then you're making it worse. That's the literal aspect. But then the spiritual aspect, or the metaphorical, which is spiritual, is you're not gonna take something that's broken or something that's brand new and put it on something broken. Like, you're not gonna be a nigga and then start reading the Bible. I'm gonna sell drugs and I'm gonna kill niggas, but I'm gonna do it through the spirit and power of the Lord. No. Verse 17, it says, neither do men put new wine into old bottles, else the bottles break, and the wine runneth out, and the bottles perish. But they put new wine into new bottles, and both are preserved. And this is the same metaphor. You're not going to put all this new knowledge and wisdom, understanding, this new beautiful spirit. You're not going to put that into a body that's riddled with lust and deceit and wickedness. Of course, our bodies are, but the thing is, we purge. We do a spiritual purging, and we do a physical purging too, because we stop eating shrimp, crab, pork, lobster. We stop committing adultery. We stop serving idols, and we stop tattooing our skin, and we stop, doing all these different things, and we start doing the spiritual and righteous things. Okay, like I said, this is a literal statement used metaphorically, because obviously we can't necessarily we can't just get rid of our bodies and get a whole new body like it's nothing. No. But in the future, the Most High will indeed give us new bodies, because he's going to pour his spirit in us 100% when we get those new bodies. Right now, we only get a portion of his spirit, the comforter, okay? The Holy Spirit. We only get a portion of it. We only get a portion of the Holy Spirit, man. We only get a small portion, just enough. We get just enough to keep us in faith and to do this work. Because that's all that our bodies, these fleshly bodies, can handle. But once we get those spiritual bodies, bro, it's over, man. We're going to get the full effect of the Most High Spirit, bro. And that's a lesson for another day. But, hey, in conclusion, hey, brothers and sisters, man, listen, self-development, let that be the core of your faith, okay? Let self-development be the core of your faith. Let that be the core works of your faith, Constantly growing, constantly trying to be better, constantly trying to improve, Okay? Lord willing, this video was edifying. Until next time, shalom.